All right, before we end the year off, I figured I'd talk about some of my favorite projects real quick. I mean, some of my favorite music in general. We're gonna start off with projects, albums, mixtapes, whatever you want to call it, bro. You know, whatever you want to call it. This isn't like a. I tried to do like top 10, but you know, with some of these I had to do a little bit more, and we have honorable mentions too. So overall, it's gonna be a lot of projects we're talking about here. But you know, anyway, starting off, this is like no real order for real, but like number one, my personal favorite of the year has to go to Scaring the Hus. You feel me, bro? This project, insane samples, insane flows, crazy bars. I mean, a JPEG and Danny collab. I was already looking forward to this, and it dropped. They delivered, bro. They delivered. Okay, I will agree at some points the mixing isn't perfect and Danny's vocals are a little bit quieter than, you know, you would hope, but you get used to it. You really do. Really great project, insane sample choices, crazy beats overall. I love it, bro. I really do. I feel like this has been one of my most enjoyable albums for real. I can listen to the whole thing over and over. Banger. And the DLC was fire too with the music video. I like the video that we had to go with the DLC pack. The DLC pack was fire. I just love this album, bro. I don't know if I'd give it a perfect 10. I haven't really figured out a rating system yet, but you know, it's a really good album. Like I said, personal favorite of mine for this year for sure. And notable track, obviously, Fentanyl Tester. Like, crazy, bro. Actually crazy. Definitely most favorite of the year for sure. But let's get into some other ones. Next up, we got Let's Start Here by Lil Yachty. I hate this album cover for sure, but the music is what really matters, and the music is beautiful. I mean, it was Yachty's year overall, but this album was a great way to start it off. Complete left turn, genre switch. Bro dropped a whole psych rock album out of nowhere, and it was done beautifully, in my opinion. I think it's a very well-made album. Insane production. The transitions never get old. I mean, what else is there to say, bro? What else is there to say? It was really just Yachty like showing off as a musician, really. You know, bro's kind of been like labeled as the whack rapper, you know, the mumble rapper, whatever. But like, it's an experience. This album is an experience, I feel like. And it's very enjoyable. Like I said, it's very enjoyable. Great features. Not too many, for sure. I feel like there weren't any moments where I felt like somebody was doing too much or overshadowing Yachty. It's a really good project. This AI cover, though, is garbage. And I hate that this is the cover for such a great album because it sucks. But, you know, it'd be like that. And the notable track for me, The Ride with Tizo. Bruh. Love that song, bro. Played it almost daily since I listened to the album. It's great. Like I said, it's an experience. There's a lot of songs you can go back to and vibe with, whatever you want to do, but listening to the whole album is truly an experience. And I kind of wish that I was there for the listening party in the planetarium. That would have been so sick. I bet that was fire for everybody that was there. But, you know, it's still an experience. And it's an album I've revisited a lot, which a lot of albums this year that I checked out, I revisited, but like not in their entirety as often. This one I listened to a good, I don't even know, bro, 25, 30 times maybe in its entirety. Like it's a really good album for me. Definitely top 3. I know I said this is no order, but still, this is top 3. And next we have Let Me Update My Status. He's Korean, bruh. This album, I feel like, was the perfect nostalgic vibe that we needed. Obviously heavily inspired by like the late 2000s Southern like internet rap, Soulja Boy. I mean, obviously the Soulja Boy sample on the intro. You know the vibes. This is just Tisa being as silly as always, but in the best way possible. Some great production for sure. surprisingly a lot of versatility throughout. I really like this album, bro. It's a fun time. I feel like there wasn't a single time where I played any song of this album and wasn't smiling the whole time. Literally, like it's great vibes, bro. It's silly. That's why we need notable track pitch balance. I need quick cause I'm in a fucking rush. Like shawty pussy wet like a slush. Hand on a thigh right touch. She can't never get enough. My nigga, why you always bluffing? Ain't nothing to do, but I'm into something. Hey Siri, play for real frontin'. Like it's hard, bro. It's just vibes. This is just happy music, bro, to be honest. It's happy music. I'm so glad it's out. Definitely an underrated project of the year. I feel like I didn't hear too many people talk about this project, and that sucks. But they just not silly enough, bro. You gotta get silly for real. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard. And a few singles that we got outside of this album too, I feel like are on a similar vibe that added to the overall silliness and the overall vibe that this album was going for. And the cover is great. Like it perfectly fits that era that, you know, inspired it, obviously. Debut album. Next one, we got Jackman by Jack Harlow. For some reason there was no videos with the cover, but we got some like videos. Anyways, this album right here was exactly what we needed post Come Home, the Kids Miss You, which I still have not listened to in its entirety. I'm gonna be honest, but I haven't heard good things. And the few songs that I've heard kind of let me know all I need to know about it. All right, but this album right here, Jackman, was Jack coming back. There's a certain hunger on here that I feel like a lot of his early music had, that some things that he had put out prior to this just didn't have, bro. I feel like he got so big so fast, pause, and kind of, you know, we obviously know how much bro is inspired by Drake. I feel like bro started dropping some pop songs, you know, getting into that TikTok bag, getting into that, you know, Hot 100 bag, which, like, good for him. You know, I feel like that's what a lot of artists aspire to do, and to, you know, get that big commercial success. But I think a certain energy was missing from his music that we got back on Jackman. You know, I feel like it's very introspective. It's very, you know, I feel like there was a lot of priority on lyricism and just storytelling. Like, it's an overall really good project, bro. And it's not too long either, which I really like. But it's just Jack showing what he does best, I feel like, as a rapper, and getting back to his roots of, you know, just being a hungry kid from Kentucky, bro. Let us see a notable track, Blame on Me. I did not mean to do that. I meant to do this.
I would dominate you in the post, years past, but the bond didn't last. And now I hate the man above the sink looking at me in the glass. Treated you like I hated you, never needed you. Even if I had the same opinion, disagreed with you. Insult after insult, hoping they'd eat at you, poking at your deepest wounds.
Like, it's hard, bro. Honestly, I got it on vinyl. Literally, one of the few albums that I had to get on wax this year. Got it before I even listened to it. I'm gonna be so honest, because I just knew, bro. I knew it would be a banger. And I was right. I was definitely right. Debut album, I'd say it's top 10. I don't think I could put it top 5, just because I have some other stuff that I'm about to get into that I might put over this, but I definitely have been having a good time with it. Definitely revisited it a few times. Again, it's shorter. I love shorter albums. I really do. So, you know, W for Jack. Okay, now this one, you know, it's really 2 albums that I'm counting here, Quest for Fire and Don't Get Too Close, or Don't Get Close. What's the name of it? The one he dropped the day after this one. You know, insane comeback, I feel like, for Skrillex. He was kind of quiet for a while with the solo stuff in the mainstream. You know, he didn't really drop too much over the years. His last album came out in 2014, I believe, Recess. That was like 2014. That was a long time with no albums from him. And bro just came back with some heat, bro. Some heat. You can't deny either one of those projects. I pulled up Quest for Fire because I feel like this one's more EDM heavy compared to Don't Get Close, which is a little bit more EDM rap fusion. There's a lot of rappers on there. There's a lot more like pop sound, I guess, on there, which, you know, really good stuff. But I think this summarizes the overall vibe for both. And I really said both because, you know, even this song, still here with the ones that I came with, there's Hazel's theme in here. There's Don't Get Close. There's, you know, Painting Pictures. Like, there's a lot of similarities between songs and a lot of samples pulled from other songs between the projects that just make it a really interesting listening experience. Really love these albums. Notable song, obviously, still here with the ones that I came with. I play this all the time. It's crazy. Unexpected bangers, bro. And Skrillex has had a crazy year outside of the albums anyways. You know, Coachella with Fred again and Fortet. Doing a bunch of Red Rocks, you know, like just having a great year. Wearing the Monclesi in some questionable temperatures. But you know what, bro? I get it. The drip comes first. It really does. So I feel him there. But I've really been enjoying both these albums, but especially Quest for Fire, for sure. So I count both for this spot, but, you know, whatever. And what would an end-of-year list be without Utopia? I mean, come on. It's a lot of people's album of the year. It's not mine, but I have recently been listening to it a little bit more, I think, than I have overall. Really insane project, bro. Just Travis Scott doing what he does best as an artist, as a curator, as a producer. You know what I mean? Like, I still haven't watched Circus Maximus. I need to, but the vibe of this album, the success of this album is undeniable, bro. Like, it's really, really good. It's really enjoyable. I feel like there's something for everyone on here. I don't really get why he's been playing Fiend multiple times on the tour. I would be kind of mad at that because I feel like there's some songs that most likely have been getting overshadowed because of that, which is understandable. Fiend is a really good song. I am mad that Sheck West's verse didn't make it to the final version of that song. And I think that's part of the reason why this album isn't number one for me this year, like it is for a lot of people. I think there's a couple of little details and things that I don't love, you know, but it's a really good album. I think it's going to age better than Astroworld, which is crazy because that album's aging insanely well, but it's just really good. Great features. Again, great curation, great production. Notable track, My Eyes. Mostly the second half. Let me skip. The second part, a little bit more than the first half. The first half is good. And I love, you know, the little Sampha cameo, I guess. But insane project overall. Great songs, great vibes. The first listen, bro. More people should hide features first listen, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Or just in general. Really, just hide the features, bro. Let me figure it out. It's great.
Look at my eyes, tell me your tale.
You've heard it, man. You've heard it. You know, there's no escaping that right there. Great album, for sure. It's definitely gonna age really well. I feel like that might end up being a top 3 from 2023 a couple of years down the line. I might look back and be like, yeah, that was the best project we got. Next, this might be a left turn for some people, but definitely not for me. Paramore's This Is Why, bro. We waited a long time for, you know, something to come after Laughter, which is, I think, my personal favorite Paramore album. I mean, obviously, I sat with it for a very long time, listened to it a whole bunch. It's great. I love the evolution of the band over the years. Almost 20 years in, bro. Crazy. Almost 20 years in. This album was everything that we were missing while they were, you know, on a hiatus, I guess. And I haven't listened to the remix album yet, mostly because I feel like I've enjoyed this one so much. I don't really want to like get too deep into it yet, but I am excited. A lot of the songs definitely do look appealing. And I just like that they did that anyways. That's kind of cool. It's different for them. But overall, the sound on this album is crazy. Hayley Williams doing what she does best every time with the killer vocals. The writing is great. I love songs. I mean, the song that I have pulled up here isn't The News, but The News is, I feel like, one of the best songs that they've dropped recently that kind of has the vibe of a lot of their older music, you know, just like speaking on current events and political climate and things like that. It's just crazy, bro. It's crazy, but one of my personal favorites for sure is Big Man Little Dignity.
Your subscription
Bro,
has been renewed. You keep your head high, smooth.
this song's hard.
In the shit stained suit. Big man who
Like, I'm only muting for a second because I don't want this to get copyrighted, but this part right here. Don't play with her, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Don't play with her. Don't play with any of them, bro. To be honest, great album. I'm really sad I didn't get to see it live. I didn't get to hear it live, but you know, It'd be like that, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it'd be like that a lot. But this is a really good album. I'm playing it a lot. I mean, this is probably the first song I thought of to pull up, but there's a couple that I have just had on repeat, bro. Literally. Next, we have K-Tremine. Definitely another great collab album from this year. Kind of unexpected too. I think this album, and they said in interviews, it's more of a rap album. And I wasn't fully expecting that when I heard that K-Tremine and Amine were dropping an album together. I was like, ooh, this is going to be a bunch of party bangers, which it definitely is, still full of party bangers. And you can hear a lot of EDM influence in there, but it's mostly a rap album. Amine, going crazy. I feel like this album was underappreciated, especially in Amine's sense. I mean, obviously, K-Tremine is one of the best producers we've ever heard. And he definitely shows that, especially with the instrumental. Really, really thankful we got an instrumental version of this album because you really get to appreciate what he's doing. I feel like first listen, it was like it was trying to balance between figuring out what you like more, the bars or the beats. And you can't pick. So at least with that, we can really sit back and figure it out. Really solid project though. Rebuke, obviously, most notable for me. Like, it's effortless, bro. Insane collab. Just crazy, bro. I'm very glad this album happened. And honestly, I enjoyed it more than I expected to. I knew I'd like it. You know, I love a lot of their music aside, separately. Love a lot of their music, but even so, I didn't imagine I would enjoy this album as much as I did. And I only picked Rebuke because I feel like this summarizes the album the best, but Westside has been on repeat for sure. A lot. Really good project. Next, we got Lovesick Deluxe by Don Toliver. Underappreciated album of this year. I feel like people slept on it way too much. Every single song is a banger. I could play every single song if I really wanted to. They're all that good. Great features, and there aren't too many, which is nice. I feel like this is Don Toliver world building, creating a space for, music that people probably wouldn't really expect from him. A lot of people see Don Toliver as a feature artist. They see him as nothing better than hooks, choruses, and maybe a verse on a Travis Scott album, I guess, which is messed up. Don Toliver is a really good solo artist, really good curator for sure. Crazy ear for music in general, but especially production. Every single beat on this album is crazy. It's really hard, bro. It is. And I will say, I love the overall creative direction of the album, and the rollout was great. It's just a really good project. No Pole's crazy. Hard. And I think No Pole has been one of my most replayed recently. Around first listen, I was playing Luckily I'm Having a lot. I was playing Embarrassed a lot. I was playing Cinderella a lot. I was playing Geronimo a lot. I was playing Do It Right a lot. The first single, this album has been very enjoyable for me. And honestly, it's not talked about enough, bro. It's just not. Most underrated album of 2023, in my opinion. And finally, for, top albums, I'd have to give it to How Do You Sleep at Night, Tizo Touchdown, bro. Highly anticipated debut album, and bro delivered. Not only did he deliver, he over-delivered, bro. Literally, first listen, I was like, bro gave us everything except EDM, and then he gave us an EDM beat switch in the last track. Bro, this dude Tizo, I feel like, has honestly one of the most insane come-ups as an artist in recent years. Because it's bro was grinding in silence for years, popped up. It's funny too, I knew about Tizo before I knew about Tizo. The Rid the Mid video where he was like, sometimes I be dancing, shawty, and I just be getting sad. I saw that long before I heard Call Me If You Get Lost. Long before I even heard Rid the Mid. Long before he was on The Cave. I didn't even know who it was, or I didn't think it was a recent video. Just crazy creative direction, crazy art, insane production on this album. The features, Janelle Monáe, bro. Tyler Cole, bro. Isaiah Rusk, I feel like has the best features on the album, to be honest. but even still, this project is insane. I love that it feels like he said, it's like a handshake. You know, it's like meeting someone for the first time. It's the start of a really long relationship. And I feel like this album does that perfectly. It's not some of the craziest stuff we've heard from Tizo overall. You know, some of the lyrics can seem simple or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's really him showing what he can do in a very, it's like an album full of reference tracks. Referencing himself though. You know, like I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up sampling some songs from this album for stuff in the future or whatever. It's him showing off his range, crazy vocals. It's just a really, really good project. I feel like it's also pretty underappreciated. And one thing I will say that's kind of weird to me, a lot of people have the attitude that Tizo is like an industry plant and is being quote unquote shoved down their throats and stuff like that. But I feel like honestly, a lot of people just aren't open-minded enough when it comes to newer artists. And then also whenever someone gets the credibility that they deserve kind of faster than people would like, I guess, they just kind of write them off. And I really hate to see that, but I hope more people come around with Tizo because he's a really good artist. Been one of my favorites since I first heard him on Call Me If You Get Lost, literally. Like, it's crazy, bro. I'm so happy this album's out. Been playing it a lot. Obviously, notable track. I gotta go back a little bit. Daddy Mama Drama. Like, the overall vibes. I mean, bro, not in pop. Mood Swings isn't a Taco Bell commercial, bro. You know, you have no idea how happy that made me to hear that randomly in a Twitch ad, bro. Like, just fire, bro. And also, stage presence has gone up crazy, bro. Like, literally. I feel like, because obviously, you know, we heard bro on Come If You Get Lost, saw the shows or whatever. Bro was definitely doing his thing with the crowd, but seeing bro at Flog Gnaw this year, dude, love to see it, man. And solo tour coming up soon, too. That's so fire, bro. Honestly, I feel like this album is definitely one that I was happiest to see. And just, you know, vibe with, bro. It's aging very well. I mean, it kind of just came out. I feel like it's one of the most recent albums that made this list for me. But, you know, it's really good. It's really good. And that's it for, I feel like, the overall top albums. Definitely going to do another one with some honorable mentions. And then some songs and some music videos. So be on the lookout for that. I'm probably going to drop them right after this one, to be honest. But I think this is the one that most people are going to be really excited for. So yeah, definitely my favorite. I can't say top or best or whatever, just my favorite projects this year, for sure.